What do you do when you've prayed, you've believed, you've waited, and God still didn't show up in time? Maybe it's a marriage that's been cold for years, a prodigal child you've cried yourself to sleep over, a career that collapsed when you did everything right, a dream you quietly buried because hoping hurt too much. You asked God, you trusted Him, and He felt silent. If that's you, stay with me. Because John chapter 11 was written for moments exactly like yours. And before we dive in, if this kind of content feeds your spirit, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a new chapter. And down in the comments, I want to hear from you. What's your 4-day moment? What situation in your life needs Jesus to speak, come forth over it? Drop it in the comments. This is a safe place. We believe together here. Here's how this video works, because we do things a little differently here at Verse and Melody. First, I'm going to speak about John 11 and show you why this story isn't just ancient history. It's speaking directly into your life right now. Then we're going to worship through it. We've written an original song called Come Forth. And I believe when you hear it, something is going to shift in your spirit. And finally, we'll read the entire chapter of John 11 in the King James Version, word for word, so you can sit in the scripture and let it speak to you. 3 parts, 1 powerful chapter. Let's go. The story opens with a crisis. Lazarus, one of Jesus' closest friends, is desperately sick. His sisters, Mary and Martha, send word to Jesus, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. Notice what they don't say. They don't say, Lord, please come quickly. They don't give him instructions. They simply tell him the need and trust his love. Sound familiar? Maybe that's the prayer you've been praying. Lord, you see what's happening in my home. You see my child. You see my health report. You see my bank account. Just presenting the need to a God you hope loves you enough to act. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Jesus hears the news, and he stays where he is for 2 more days. He doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. And by the time he arrives, Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. 4 days. In Jewish tradition, they believed the spirit lingered near the body for 3 days. After 4 days, that was final. No coming back. This situation was not just serious. It was over. I need you to hear this, because some of you are in a 4-day moment right now. The marriage didn't just have a rough patch. It ended. The diagnosis isn't worrying, it's terminal. The relationship with your son or daughter isn't strained, it's completely broken. The business didn't struggle, it failed. The dream isn't delayed, it feels dead. And the hardest part isn't the loss itself. The hardest part is feeling like Jesus could have come sooner, and didn't. Martha runs out to meet him on the road. She's grieving. She's exhausted. And she says what so many of us have thought, but we're afraid to say out loud. Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. If you had just shown up, God. If you had answered that prayer when I asked. If you had intervened before things fell apart. There is so much pain in that sentence. And Jesus doesn't rebuke her for it. He doesn't defend himself. He doesn't explain his timeline. He meets her in it, and then he says something that changes everything. Verse 25. Write this down. Tattoo it on your heart. I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. He doesn't say, I will perform a resurrection. He doesn't say, I have resurrection power. He says, I am the resurrection. He is life itself. Not a doctor who can sometimes heal, not a counselor who has good advice, not a lucky charm you carry into hard situations. He is the source of life, which means nothing is beyond him. Not 4 days dead, not a marriage that's been cold for a decade, not a child who walked away from faith years ago, not a dream that's been in the grave so long you forgot you ever had it. And then we get to the shortest verse in the entire Bible. 2 words that have carried more grieving people through more dark nights than almost any other scripture. Jesus wept. God in human flesh, standing at the tomb of his friend, fully knowing that he's about to raise him from the dead. And he still weeps. He doesn't stand at a distance and say, "Don't cry, it'll be fine." He enters into the grief. He lets it land on him. He weeps with Mary and Martha, not just for them. That's your Jesus, the one who sits with you in the hospital waiting room, the one who is present in the 3 a.m. when you can't stop crying and don't even know how to form a prayer anymore, the one who doesn't just tolerate your pain, he enters it. But he doesn't stay in the grief, because he has something to say to the grave. They lead him to the tomb. It's a cave, sealed with a stone. Martha tries to be practical. "Lord, by this time he stinketh. 4 days is too late. Don't get our hopes up." And Jesus says, "Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God?" They roll away the stone. And then Jesus lifts his eyes to heaven, thanks his Father, turns to the tomb, and shouts, "Lazarus, come forth." And the dead man walks out, still wrapped in grave clothes, blinking in the light, alive. I want you to picture the people standing there, the ones who had given up, the ones who were already grieving, already planning life without him, and they watch a dead man walk out of a tomb. That shout, "Come forth," that's not just for Lazarus. That is Jesus speaking over every dead thing in your life. The dead marriage, come forth. The broken relationship with your child, come forth. The career that collapsed, come forth. The faith you thought you'd lost, come forth. The joy that grief stole from you, come forth. Friend, Jesus deliberately waited, not because he didn't care, but because he wanted to show you that he is Lord even over 4-day dead situations. He wanted your faith to be built not on quick answers, but on who he is. Whatever tomb you're standing in front of today, he hasn't forgotten you. He isn't late. He is the resurrection and the life, and he is still speaking, "Come forth," over the things you've given up on. We're going to worship him now with our original song. Let the lyrics wash over whatever dead situation you're carrying today, and then we'll read every word of John 11 together. Don't go anywhere. This is for you.
Standing at the tomb of what I thought was gone, 4 days in the grave, hope buried and withdrawn. You wept with me in sorrow, felt the weight of death, but you're the resurrection. You are life and breath. You are the resurrection. You are the light. Even in the valley, you are the light. Lazarus, come forth. You speak and the dead will rise. Every grave must open at the sound of your voice. To
Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus, of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment, and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. Now Jesus loved Martha, and her sister, and Lazarus. When he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that saith he to his disciples, Let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. These things said he, and after that he saith unto them, Our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Jesus spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest in sleep. Then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, Let us also go, that we may die with him. Then, when Jesus came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off, and many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary, to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him. But Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee. Jesus saith unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? She saith unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Christ, the Son of God, which should come into the world. And when she had so said, she went her way, and called Mary, her sister, secretly, saying, The Master is come, and calleth for thee. As soon as she heard that, she arose quickly, and came unto him. Now Jesus was not yet come into the town, but was in that place where Martha met him. The Jews then which were with her in the house, and comforted her, when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, She goeth unto the grave to weep there. Then when Mary was come where Jesus was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit, and was troubled, and said, Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died? Jesus, therefore again groaning in himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Jesus said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, The sister of him that was dead saith unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he hath been dead 4 days. Jesus saith unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always. But because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Jesus saith unto them, Loose him, and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary, and had seen the things which Jesus did, believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees, and told them what things Jesus had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad. Then from that day forth they took counsel together for to put him to death. Jesus therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. Then sought they for Jesus, and spake among themselves, as they stood in the temple, What think ye, that he will not come to the feast? Now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment, that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that they might take him.